Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. It is Thursday, July 13th. And today, what I want to do is talk about speaker choreography, specifically the part that involves facial expressions. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen here. And let me go ahead and do this. And I'm going to play this particular video with the sound off. And what I would like you to do is I would like you to take a look at the man on the left and just watch what his face is doing. Okay. Okay. You see what his head's doing. You see what his shoulder's doing. You see his facial expressions. All right. Now, here's my question for you. Is he performing? I want to keep an eye on the chat because I want to see if I can actually get people to comment on this one before I say anything. So if you're watching, throw a comment in. Let me see if I can catch it on StreamYard. Would you say that this is a performance? And I'm going to give it a second. Okay, I'm not seeing comments come in, but that doesn't mean they're not coming in. StreamYard is StreamYard. So I don't always see everything right away. I will tell you that this is not a performance, but I call it a performance when I teach this behavior. And I want to be clear about that. Oh, Rosie, thank you. Thank you, honey. Rosie popped in the chat. No, yeah, this is not a performance because a performance is when someone goes through and is doing something, you know, that is up. They're thinking about the audience. He's agreeing with her, right? He's communicating with her. He's present with her. He's confident enough as a presenter and a speaker, and he's got his voice is excellent. His diction is excellent. He's very, very good at his job, but he's good enough as an interviewer and he's present enough that he is communicating with both her and with the audience while he's doing this. Now, that requires a confidence that's hard to get, but it comes with time. Now, I'm going to stop sharing my screen because I want to be really, really clear about this. One of the things that I see all the time in panels and in online presenting is people waiting to respond. And he's superb. I'm going to put a link in the video sharing to this particular one and just watch. This conversation is excellent. Both of them are brilliant. Both of them are fantastic. I'm focusing on him because he's an excellent example of exactly what you should be doing as an interviewer and what you should be doing as a panelist and as an interviewee, because he's confident enough that he's not worried about being square onto the camera and doing what I do, which is I tend to think more about my frame and I do a lot of responding to the person, but I'm mindful of my frame because I still don't enjoy seeing myself on camera certain days. Certain days I wake up and I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm Quasimodo." This is what your brains sometimes do. Your brain may not do that. If so, send me a note and tell me how that works. But on days when I'm feeling completely awesome, then I'm not worried about it. And I'm like, "Really?" And it'll be messy. It'll be more authentic. It'll be more real. The more relaxed you can be with yourself, the more present you can be with the person you're communicating with. And that is more than one person. If you have an audience, It is your audience of whoever. If it is an interview or a podcast or a panel, it is also the people you're working with. So it's important to be completely present with what they're doing and respond realistically. But that means that you have to relax and get used to having people see you just responding. That's really hard for people. This is one of the hardest things to get people, the hump to get people over in public speaking coaching is the not talking part. Because when you're talking, you're thinking about your message and you might, be clear about how you're going to express it. But when you're not talking, you're still there and you're still part of the conversation and you're still contributing to the understanding of the work, which means that what we tend to do is like that. That's somebody who is listening, but is like, "Oh dear God, don't look at me." And the fact is that they might look at you, and it's okay. So one of the things I'm gonna encourage you to do is take a look at videos and look at them without the sound and look at what the bodies are conveying. It is very, very hard not to be tight. Most people, when they're in interviews and whether they're the interviewer or interviewee, whether they're in panels, whether they're in speaking, they lock up. So what I'd like you to do is think in terms of, all right, you know what? I'm having tea, coffee, a beer, margarita, whatever your beverage of choice is with people I really care about. And everybody else here is coming along for the ride. In for two, out for four. In for two, out for four. Unclench your buttocks. Seriously, right now, unclench. About half of the people who are going to be watching this are going to be surprised that there was something to unclench. There usually is. So relax in yourself. Okay. I have the most unattractive TEDx on the planet up on YouTube. I look like a big peach moon and I make a lot of facial expressions. So the default image that the TEDx has is I'm not thrilled with it, but I direct people to it all the time because I'm happy with the work that I did. And it's an example of a speaker choreography of the speech. Now, when I do things in the future, I will make sure to be wearing camera friendly makeup and I will make sure that I have moments in which I pause with a pleasant expression so that maybe the algorithm catches that and not that, which happens. Okay. So when you're thinking about speaker choreography, I would like you to think in terms of what are you communicating with your body separately from the context of the words? What are you communicating emotionally, mentally? What are you saying about your confidence level? What are you saying about your authority? It is extremely hard to relax and to just be present. And I've been doing this for decades and I have days where I struggle with it. So we're all there. But this is what I would like you to focus on today. This video, which I will throw into the links on all the socials, is a fantastic interview with brilliant people. This woman is gifted. She's very, very smart. And I am going to be following her on other things. But I keyed in on him because I started watching it and I felt a warmth from his face. That's the goal. That right there. That's my live for today. I notice these are getting a little longer. Frog in the throat. Ribbit. Excellent. So this one's like pushing 10 minutes. I'm going to try to get these back down to under 5, but send me some comments as to whether or not the longer video is working for you or you'd rather me keep it shorter. I'm going to try to get back down to 5 minutes, but let me know. And other than that, I will see you all in whatever the next one is, whether it's Friday or Monday or Tuesday or, sometime next month. I'm not sure what my schedule is going to be yet, so we shall see. Bye all.